Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 613 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. I hope this finds you happy and healthy, and I also hope it finds you excited for something you have coming up. If you don't have anything exciting coming up, we'll get to planning something that gives you something to look forward to. That's just a little thing I've noticed for Eric and me. It's always fun to have something to look forward to. So plan that. But speaking of that, Eric and I have a family dinner coming up that we're really looking forward to. But as they often do, family events can bring with it just a little bit of angst. Hopefully not a lot, but maybe a little, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that being the case. But it can be especially true during the holiday season. As I record this, it is the holiday season. Now, if you're listening to it in the middle of July, keep listening because this is year round. But I do hear that from a lot of people that there are, it can be have a little anxiety around being around family, once a year, the ones that you see once a year anyway. But this time of year can be so fun, but it can also be hard all at the same time. It can be the best time and the hardest time all at once because we're with people we love. And we are also with people maybe we love a little less. And for a lot of us, sometimes there's maybe an empty chair, either because someone's gone or because they've chosen to step away, or maybe we've chosen to step away from them. Whatever the reason, that absence can really sit heavy. So how do we hold space for the missing pieces and still pour our whole hearts into the people who are here, choosing us every single day? And that question's been on my mind because, like I said earlier, we have a family dinner coming up this week. And what made that dinner possible was something so funny, but also so endearing. My mom, God love her, sent out what can only be described as the most savage, beautiful guilt trip text thread in history. Because basically she said in a text to me and all of my siblings, she sent this text stream out and she was talking about having family dinner. And after sending out a few dates for every one of us to come to her house, she closed the text with this line. She said, "The one thing that would make me happiest in the whole world is to have all my kids under one roof again." Nuclear mom move. And you know what? It worked. Even my sister, the one who shunned me and a few of my other siblings 8 years ago over religion, is actually coming to dinner this time. That text stream, my mom going nuclear, it actually worked. And I noticed something. Even though I'm genuinely happy about it, my brain was still burning mental energy on her. Not in a huge dramatic way. I'm done with all of that. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't have really strong feelings about it. But there were just quiet little loops, right? So like, how's it going to be? Is it going to be awkward? How do I act? Will the kids, they even want to be around me or remember me? How will she act? All of the questions you would have. And that's when it hit me all over again. My energy is currency, and I get to decide where I spend it. And brain energy is much better spent on those that choose to be in my life. And that's why the title I landed on is Choose the People Who Choose You. Because we all have people in our lives who have come and gone, and maybe we didn't want it. I mean, if you've been listening for a while, you know that it's been 8 years since my sister told me she didn't want to be part of my life anymore. And there was no fight. It was just not a slow fade at all. It was really like a full, shunning, full religious shunning, because I had left the religion we were raised in. And she basically decided she was going to treat me like I was dead. No calls, no texts, no kids' recitals, no more, hey, can you watch the kids? Nothing. 8 years of pretty much nothing after 30 years of being super close. And that's really hard. And for a long time, I carried that like a backpack full of bricks. It weighed on me until I realized I was spending some of my best energy on someone who had made a very clear choice not to have me in her life. And then one day, after a lot of mindset work, I finally understood. She chose the religion over me. So why was I still standing there hoping things would change and go back to the way they used to be? And that was the turning point. See, your energy is the most valuable thing you own. It's finite. You only get so many heartbeats, so many mornings you wake up, so many random Tuesdays when you feel like texting someone that I love you. And every minute you spend wondering about someone who's already walked out the door and locked it behind them is a minute you're stealing from the people who are still standing in the room reaching out to you. I have a whole bunch of family who chooses me every single day. My phone blows up with texts that I simply love. And I talk to my other sisters daily, most of the time, one of them several times a day. They'll just call to say, I miss you. Can't wait to see you. My parents and I will have fun morning chats on speakerphone, just talking about the weather. And my friends will send texts that feel like hugs. Literally. These people are all in. And for years, I was giving the premium version of me to someone who returned it unopened. So here's how I live now, and maybe you can do that too. I choose the people who choose me, not the ones I have to convince, not the ones waiting for me to change into someone that they can love again, not the ones that have conditions and footnotes and will only love me if I am in the religion they're in. And that's what we have to remember. We get to choose the people who choose us. Choose the people that love you out loud every day with no strings attached. And when your brain tries to drag you back to the person who left, because the brain loves an unsolved puzzle, stop what you're doing. When you notice that happening, stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, and name out loud if you can 3 people who choose you every day. You might say something like, I think about this, like, thank you, Molly, for FaceTiming me from the car just to show me that adorable dog in the car next to you. Or thank you, Mom, for caring that I'm growing my hair back out. Thank you, Dad, for sharing the books you're done reading. Or Eric, for being the very first person that is always on my side and always has my back. You can just come up with 3 names. It'll take 10 seconds. But it's like hitting force quit on that mental app that's been running in the background, totally draining your battery. And sometimes you're not even aware of it. But when you are aware of it, that's when it's so helpful to change it. Because what I've learned in the 8 years since my sister walked away is the people who choose you will never beg you for a seat at their table. They've already saved you one. They're waving you over. They're kind of annoyed you're still standing in the hallway waiting for someone who's already left the building. See, you're allowed to walk away from one-way relationships. You're allowed to stop watering a plant that died 8 years ago. You're allowed to stop keeping the porch light on for someone who is never coming home. And the most beautiful part, when you finally redirect all that love and attention and mental energy to the people who are reaching back, your life gets so much bigger. The conversations get deeper, the laughs get louder. You become the version of yourself finally showing up fully for the people that choose you. So here's my challenge to you today. Notice when your brain hands you a thought about someone who chose to leave and say thank you for the memory, and then immediately name 3 people who are choosing you right now. And maybe even send one of those 3 people a text that simply says, you make my life better, or I'm grateful for you, or even just a little heart emoji, whatever. And watch what happens when you start spending your energy on open accounts, because you deserve relationships that don't feel like auditions. You deserve to be chosen back. I love you guys so much. Thank you for choosing this podcast. Thank you for choosing me right back. Now go out there and choose the people who choose you. Share this with 3 people who you want to know you choose them. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together. And I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.